So, we had crowdsourcing, so we decided to bring a crowd, because apparently 3 is a crowd. So I first want to introduce Femke. Don't ever call her my team, I'm her team. Okay, and Arnaud, he's our partner in Belgium, and we're a bunch of business humanizers. And what do we do? A lot of the things that Paul was talking about, and Anita, fantastic stuff, but whole idea of team and supporters and story, that's fundamentally what this next session will be about. How do you find that intersection between team, supporters, and story? So, I forgot something. We're going to play a bit of a game later, and then you'll understand that. But we brought our own technical staff, which is not operating now. Yeah, that's it. We start with a fundamental belief, that within every person there lies a desire to contribute to a better world. And that desire is totally untapped. And we think of crowdsourcing as that one capacity that unlock that bigger ability. And we work a lot around purpose brands and purpose companies, and we define purpose quite simple. Purpose is an opportunity to make a difference. It's giving people the chance to contribute to something that they care about. So, there are a lot of companies out there, not just entrepreneurs, big institutions, and brands that are looking to put social purpose at the heart of their operation. It's just, we'll need to train, help them with new ways of getting things done. And there's some, if we can look at crowdsourcing and reposition crowdsourcing as the opportunity to break down those barriers that stand between a company and the people it serves by engineering purpose participation, then I think we'll all be in a better place. So obviously the 2 previous speakers were already mentioning that. So, we're happy to partner with some examples and to invest in some example. Anybody ever heard of a company called Neighborly? Neighborly.com? Nobody? Okay, one. So, you do? Good. You did? Oh, well done. Well, what they're fundamentally going to do, or what they are doing, they've now got Marks and Spencer's and Starbucks. These people spend a lot of money on CSR, corporate social responsibility. But they have, they defining the program, they defining where everything's going. Neighborly fundamentally says in every community there's people who want to do projects, community projects. But they need some funding, they need some support. And they've put an algorithm between what a company wants and what people want, and helping each other out. So all of a sudden, it's a bottom-up guide to how you do your CSR. Because these CSR budgets are huge, but they're poorly spent. So the best way to spend them is let it become bottom-up. Impact Now, company is also just starting in the US, but they fundamentally want to, if Procter & Gamble wants you to buy Always, I'll use a female brand here, and you as a purchaser can decide where they put some of their social good with every purchase, then again, they're not defining the program. They're letting you buy your purchase, decide where their support will go. So you are part of the story. You're playing it. So, you'll go to the next one. So, what you see in the world of marketing is the 90s type marketing, let's call it that way. You had a lot of Moses brands. Brands that go out and say, we'll take you to the promised land. But the better companies like Harley-Davidson, like Lego we'll be talking about, like Ben & Jerry's, they realize that the community should be their guide. And it's actually the community that must guide them to the promised land. And they must stop playing Moses out there. So these are fantastic opportunities. So if we go and look at how can we make these institutions, these brands, build communities with body and soul, they'll have to learn from a group of people which they don't normally learn from. And some people know me. I was thrown out in South Africa because I was an activist. And I never expected that the solution for marketeers, for business people, for anybody who's trying to grow a company with purpose, was to learn what are the vital behaviors of effective activists. And that's what we're going to share with you now. So what are the 3 vital behaviors of an effective activist? Now, first of all, they are good at following the people, you know, and they fight for what matters to humanity, what matters to them. So you have to pick your fight well. The second is they choose what role they want to play, what will be their activist mode. You guys will be doing that just now, so we'll get you doing that. And they know how to stage it, because activists are performers. We are actors in a community. And the third is they engage us to make a contribution. They engineer for participation. And these 3 vital behaviors, because ideas allow for creativity, but change happens with what? Anybody want to take a guess? With behavior. With no action, with no behavior, there is no change. So we can get all excited about ideas which drive creativity, but change happens through behavior. So I hand over to Femke.
Yeah. Maybe one chart back again, just to. So does everybody get why we are talking about activism and how this is relevant for companies and brands today? Just to clarify again, so what we do is we've been helping companies and brands through the past 10 years to find their purpose, to find why they are in the world, to find out why people should care that they are there, and to evolve from selling products to actually standing for something and contributing to social impact. Yeah. So in this journey, we found this activist approach very, very useful, because we've been helping companies and brand teams to see that if they want to have an impact in the world, if they want to help change things and move culture forward, there is these 3 things that we can learn from activists, right? We need to pick a fight that matters to people, that matters to the world. We need to find our way in doing that. So we need to infuse identity and soul and values into that community. And we need to open up to the world, because no one has ever changed the world by himself, right? And this is exactly the link with the whole crowdsourcing community, obviously, that there's an incredible potential to untap the resource of the world, the crowd, to contribute to what these branded communities are trying to do, okay? So the second point on this chart about choosing your activist stance is very, very helpful to make people who work for big brands understand that being an activist doesn't necessarily mean that you're going out and you're becoming Greenpeace tomorrow, right? Or you're the challenger and you're going to disrupt everything. You can be an activist in many different ways. Mother Teresa is an activist. Mandela is an activist. John Lennon is an activist. Those are, very different ways of being an activist. So we'll try today to tell you a little bit more about why we think the third piece is important, but we'll first start by playing a little game between us, trying to identify what kind of activists we have in the room today. Okay? And we are not a techno company, so I hope this little game is gonna work. So basically,
so what you need to do actually is to go on the web. We go on
are you all? Yes, I was told. Of course, everybody is on internet.
So you need to go on the web, and type in, innatemotion.com/apps/tribal game with a stripe in between. We tried to make the link shorter, but apparently was not possible for us. So, are you there already?
Because this is a live game.
Yeah?
You in?
So, switch to the game.
So everyone has it, Yeah, I can switch to the other screen, so you should see this appearing. You still have, the link at the top.
Cool.
Sorry?
Okay, you ready to start?
They need the link
Yeah,
again.
but it's there, yeah? You see at the top? Yeah?
You there? Okay, ready to start?
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
Get started.
Arnaud, you too.
Tiens, c'est pas 0. Je suis bien sûr. So we see. Hey, take this. Hey, take with me.
Yeah?
Get with me. In front. Are you done?
Okay, now it's your show.
Ready?
Who shut off this?
Everyone is ready? Yeah? Done it? So what did we see?
Wow.
So how many of those? How many of those? Who am I? That's the?
Architect.
Yeah, good. So apparently we have 6% of architects in the room. Who are the 6%?
No, 22%.
No, 22.
22%. You don't rule
sorry. Where is this? Oh, yeah,
No,
sorry. 22. Yeah. So who are the 22%? Few. So who is this?
Very good. He did it yesterday, and that's exactly.
Who is this? Yeah? We have the prankster.
Prankster. Who's a prankster? So what does a prankster archetype or a prankster activist do? Uses fun, right? Uses making a little bit of stirring the pot around things to bring attention.
You want it the back? No.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, some crusaders.
Who's a crusaders? Yeah. Very good. I'll try this one. I like this one.
In America, it's practical. The pragmatist.
How many challengers? Whoa, good.
So how many of those?
What the heck?
You don't get it? Oh my God, I'm pragmatist, you know, I make it work.
Unifier, how many unifiers?
How many of those? Yeah?
Quite low, quite low. Arnaud.
Very good.
I
How
think
many
we've been through,
caregivers?
I think we've been through all of them.
That's it.
And how many of those? What is this? My God, it's Santa Claus, you know, it's not an activist. Wake up, guys. Gosh.
Should we put this back or we leave it here? Huh?
Oh, go and sit down, Arnaud. Go and sit down, Arnaud. It's yours.
Yes, Daddy?
You'll
The screen
click.
is there.
Yeah. I think we can go on, right? We made the
Okay.
point. You can be an activist in many different ways, and this is pretty important when you try to design how you're going to infuse soul into a community. Yeah. We're going to tell you the story of 3 cases that we've worked on and that we find interesting, that we believe can actually make this link a little bit clearer of what we could all realize together. Yeah, and it's coming a bit more from our experience, of course. So one of the wonderful experiences that we had with brand communities was working for Ben & Jerry's. And you all know Ben & Jerry's, right? So I don't need to go in super detail about what the brand does. They obviously make ice cream, but they've also always stood for social justice and power to the people. So their purpose...
Yeah, I wanted to show. Am I going too fast?
Yes.
Sorry.
So their purpose, their social mission, to be able to contribute to a world with more fairness has always been fundamental for their business, okay? And they've always made this a piece of pride for every single person who's part of their ecosystem. So from the people who work in the head office in Vermont to the people who source the dairy to everybody in the supply chain, it has been a super important part of what they do. And have a look at the... Let's do this first. Yes, you're right. Sorry. So what kind of activist do you think Ben & Jerry's is?
You can use WooClap to just make a choice. I think it's one person answering.
It's one, okay, that's why. So, what do you think? What kind, knowing them a little bit, you've seen?
Yeah, you can shout also.
They have traits of the unifier, for sure, but what is really What is really unique about the way they do it? When they stand up and they fight for climate change, or they fight for marriage equality, in the way they do it, what's their mode of engagement? This is difficult. We played this game with them, and they would say they have a lot of the prankster as well. They say if it's not fun, why should we be even doing it? Yeah?
Ben & Jerry's, as you know, has a three-part mission statement: product, social, and economic. And especially the social mission part of it is probably why I've stayed with the company as long as I have.
Our approach to social mission is to actually work our way from inside the pint out. So where we want to start is with the dairy. And so we made a stand on making sure that we support all the family farmers from which we source our dairy, so that they can have more sustainable, profitable family farms. And we work our way through the plant to the ingredients like sugar, cocoa, banana, coffee, vanilla. Those 5 core ingredients are all fair trade certified. As we get all the way to the packaging, how can this packaging be environmentally sustainable? So we get Forest Stewardship Council certified paperboard. As we prosper, they prosper.
We want to use our business and our business model of linked prosperity to show that the communities where we're sourcing our ingredients from, where we're selling our products, and where we manufacture our products are a part of the prosperity of our growing business.
Ben & Jerry's, in the spirit of transparency, really trying to be a better company, decided to issue a social report and an environmental report.
Like the role of my team in prosperity is helping bring that visual identity to life.
To use this company to create positive change in the world. That's what I'm hired to do.
I don't even know why. I don't know why. It just feels like the right thing to do.
There are a lot of places you could work and spend your day wondering if you've made a difference.
Sometimes we succeed at that, sometimes we don't, but we're not faking it.
Everyone in the world gets a positive feeling, gets a happiness when they contribute, when they have a purpose, when they make a difference in their community. We speak to the aspiring activists inside all of us. There are little kind of clouds moving around prosperity within it.
So that is exactly what really excites me about all of this, right? Crowdsourcing, becoming more and more into brands and companies. It's that and this happened in a session when we were together in Vermont, they actually said, we are a great company, we have a great purpose, but what if we could take this beyond the existing community and speak to every aspiring activist in the world, get people involved to make a much bigger change, a much bigger impact together. And that links to a lot of stuff that Anita's been saying and Paul as well. So they've been, since then, more and more looking into how can we create a movement with this brand? How can we reach out to the world, to the crowd, and scale what we do by, getting more money for the initiatives, getting people to sign the petitions, stand up together for changes, sharing whatever is happening, but also contributing with ideas. These are all the amazing possibilities.
Just to add, yeah, I mean, this is a Unilever brand. So for those who don't know it, but these Unilever brands that have strong purpose are outperforming the other brands by 2 to 1. So it's not only that it's good for the world, it's good for their business. So they're really growing their business by purpose participation.
Yeah, and so what they see is that people more and more, they want to participate in making a difference and contribute to it. They want to do something. You know, it's not enough anymore to know that Dove is fighting for self-esteem of women. We want to be part of that. Every single woman in the world can have a role in that, right? Whether she's or man as well, obviously. But let's say this is a really women brand.
You saw that again.
Example. All right. So as you see, Ben & Jerry's is picking this up, right? It's just only at the very beginning, but they're picking up how can we make what we want to change in the world something really big. How can we scale it up? How can we have more reach? And this is just one of the examples of the initial campaign.
You know, coming back to Paul's presentation, where the storytelling and the community support, and taking something that they really care about, weaving your story into that makes a difference. So here's a great example.
This is what happens when ice cream is just 2 degrees warmer than it should be. For Ben & Jerry's, it's a mess. For the planet, it's a metaphor. Because a 2-degree warming of our planet's climate would have an equally dramatic, though much more significant, impact. But we can prevent it. If we take action and demand that governments, policymakers, and business leaders do what it takes to stay below 2 degrees, we can reverse the trend of climate change. By acting now, we'll create innovative solutions that keep our planet and those who live on it thriving. Because while a 2-degree change may not seem like much, the truth is, it means the world to us. Join the global climate movement and take action now at benjerry.com/climate.
So who's joining in Paris next then? Well, we'll be there and they'll be there. So this is a great example. Whoops, did I do that twice? Oops.
Yeah. So Materialize. So Materialize is a Belgian company active into the 3D printing industry. And that was really important for us to bring that case, because we are in Belgium, I'm Belgian, it's a successful company, so we are proud of that. It's a long-term partner of us. And it's for us an important case because we shouldn't believe that, you know, this purpose thing is only for FMCG brands, funky brands, you know. No, it can go to B2B companies who are also in need of a purpose. So basically what they do, just trying to explain in few words, imagine actually you have the computer where you design an object. On the other side, you have the printer, okay? What they create, it's a software in between that is going to connect the design software to the printer. It's like, you know, into the 2D world, you know, it's like you would create a PDF every time you need to print. But it's highly challenging because 3D printing, you know, there's wall thickness, there's heat, you know, there are many components, you know, that are important and to be taken into account. Now we're going to show a movie to make you feel a bit more, before we go into the case, sharing the case with you, feel a bit more what is it exactly what they do.
Since Materialize started in 1990, we've been constantly focused on driving 3D printing forward with innovative applications, operating in an open ecosystem. Our software offers a neutral platform to link all 3D printing applications with any 3D printer in the industry.
In our medical segment, we focused on personalized and evidence-based medicine. In 2013, our technology was directly responsible for the design and manufacture of 146,000 patient-specific medical devices.
Many of the parts we print require functionality that no other production processes can create. One of the world's largest single-site 3D printing service centers is in our headquarters.
At Materialize, our mission is to use our technology and innovations to make a lasting contribution to a better and healthier world. Over the past 25 years, our customers have counted on a dedicated team of innovators, half of them holding a master's degree.
So, how did we work with the company? Huh? Nice. I think you're starting it again.
Yeah,
no?
I don't know how to stop
so
this thing.
Next, yeah. So how did we help the company? You imagine, Fried mentioned, master degrees, engineers. You develop that for years. And then suddenly you want to sell this. And you go and meet people and you say, look at this, it's accurate, it works. And the guy on the other side is like, it's like when someone tries to sell you, I don't believe in this, I don't trust you, I mean, look, the accuracy is correct. Yeah, but no, I'm really skeptical. So what is important in that case is that you reframe the relationship, because we've been talking about, this big T word, trust, You are blocked into a functional, transactional relationship, and going to a purpose help you to reframe that relationship. So what we did, we went and talked to the people they wanted to serve and see what mattered to them from a personal perspective. Because to build trust, a strong tool is sharing the same belief. And what we realized is that everyone in the ecosystem was afraid of standardization, commoditization, and that building a world with more personal touch, with more of a personal touch, was a strong desire, an appeal, a strong purpose that could reframe the relationship. So when you enter in the same meeting and you say, we want to build a world with more of a personal touch, the people say, yeah, come in. And by the way, we have a fantastic tool to do it. So you reframe totally, the relationship and but
on top of it, internally, all of a sudden you have all these different departments and industry specialists, and finding a common narrative, the story, as Paul refers to it, that we can help doctors heal patients better with more of a personal touch, that we can serve customers to serve their customers with more of a personal touch.
So when we go into, what is,
That's this one?
Yeah. So I see actually you looking for, what's already, what's the tribal role. So caregiver, pragmatist, idealist. We see already, it seems to be at the bottom of the frame. And at the end of the day, the nice story about that is that when Materialize started to bring, before even we worked together, the claim was, we drive your innovation. Okay? And they were like, the hero bringing the solution, but the people on the other side were like, I like to be the hero. So there was a kind of, in bringing the story, there was a kind of, two heroes in the same room is kind of difficult, because you could imagine we drive your innovation, wow, what a fantastic added value you bring to my company, but there was a reaction because the people are like, no, it's me. So we helped them realize they were a pragmatist, that if they could go to innovators you can count on, and that's the new claim, positioning yourself in enabling people would unlock a new type of relationship. So not positioning as, the innovator driving, but the innovator enabling puts you in a totally different mindset. So the purpose is important, but bringing the purpose in the right angle is also really important. The last element they've been doing on engaging, please come back. Oops. So the first thing they've been doing, and we talked about that on Tuesday, is the idea of co-creation. Realizing that at the end of the day, if those people, they like to drive it, they like to make it personal, it's important for them to be part of the story. And the same way we said, look at the purpose we have, they brought people on the same line, on the same side of the table, into co-creation sessions. So that's, you would say, within a context of sales relationships. What they did, because then, so far, they've been busy with big boys, big companies. And now they are open to the crowd. We see the more and more hobbyists, people, makers, wanting to make a difference. So they are moving now and opening the technology towards the crowd. And the first step they've been doing there is within the education context. So they didn't go broad, but they decided to go within something that matters to many people to see how can we contribute to a better education system and bringing the people together. The great thing about that is that it's true, it's linked to the crowd, but actually the full ecosystem of Materialize is touched by that idea. So when they go and talk to printer manufacturers, they say, I want to be also on that journey. So it's not even a one-to-one, I would say, relationship Materialize in the crowd. No, they invite the full ecosystem on that education journey within, the context of a world with more of personal touch within the specific education context.
Last case.
Yeah, so Lego. We've all played with Lego, right? Maybe now we don't every day anymore, but I guess most of us have a relationship with Lego. I really like this poster where, with the little girl. It's an old poster, but it doesn't matter because their purpose hasn't changed over years. It says, have you ever seen anything like it? Not just what she's made, but how proud it's made her. It's a look you'll see whenever children build something all by themselves, no matter what they've created. Younger children build for fun. Yeah? So that very much embraces what they believe they're in the world for. They are here to inspire the young builders of tomorrow through play and fun. That's an important mission, right? The world needs that.
Shall I show? Nope.
Yeah, let's play a little piece. We don't have that much time.
The future presents opportunities and challenges. How do we meet them? And how do we build a more sustainable future? Leading up to the 2014 United Nations Climate Change Meeting in Copenhagen, Denmark, several hundred children used 1 million Lego bricks to create imaginative ideas for a more sustainable society.
It's okay. So, if you go to the next one. So,
you've done that. It's already there.
Yeah. So, Lego has always had a very strong fan base, a very tight community. What they've also moved into is engaging more and more people into that purpose, by contributing this, in this example, to better education, play a bigger role in the world. On the next chart, what is very exciting about Lego as well is that they have actually built this whole idea platform, right? where every single person in the world can contribute with an idea for a product that will inspire new builders. And so people who, anybody, just really anybody, who can think of a product, of a Lego product, can participate in that. And it's an amazing success for Lego, because not only people give their ideas, but the crowd is helping to decide what are the better ones. They're helping to make it better together. And then Lego is actually launching these products and people get a return on it. So the reason why I think this is exciting is that it's crowdsourcing at the service of a bigger purpose, helping more and more people to, or facilitating the crowd to participate into that and to contribute in many ways. And I think this is exactly what many of the people we are working with in these bigger branded communities are looking for. How can they be more connected with the people out there and understand what really matters to the crowd, be more in tune, and thereby have a bigger contribution to tomorrow.
Okay, so what we see, and I'll stay here to wrap it up, is that we really believe there are 7 billion and more change agents out there. And there'll be bigger change agents if they can operate more like activists. So I think it's time to reposition crowdsourcing, and to unlock that purposeful participation. And that's the story we leave you with. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Christophe.